Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Quranic Connection TV. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about one of the greatest benefits of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Allah says that the fasting has been prescribed upon you like it was on those who came before you. Why? So that you may become of the muttaqun, the greatest of the believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about these people being the elite of the ummah. You see, no one is born automatically the best that they can be. And Allah has given us an opportunity of Ramadan to create that, best version of yourself. Now, ask yourself a question. How many Ramadans have gone by where you feel like you do a lot in Ramadan, but after Ramadan, things seem to go back to normal, and normal is not like it was in Ramadan. Ramadan, we do so much extra. We read the Quran every single day. We're reading, maybe sometimes some people are reading a juz a day, trying to complete the Quran in Ramadan, and others are doing lots of other deeds. And this is amazing, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't make Ramadan for this purpose only. You see, in this verse, Allah says, the fasting has been made an obligation upon you so that you can become the best that you can be. What does fasting have? How does fasting create that best version of you? You see, fasting, in Ramadan, we abstain from food, we abstain from drink, we abstain from marital relations, and these are three basic fundamentals of life. Like, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us for. And being the fundamentals of life, meaning that you can't live, humanity cannot live without food and drink and procreation. Like, humanity cannot exist. So these are the basic necessities of life. And so if that is the case, then how does that help you to become the best that you can be by abstaining from this? And the answer is simple. The answer is that Allah is teaching us how to gain self-mastery, how to gain self-control and discipline such that we have complete power over our own actions. And how does this happen? You abstain from food and drink for 30 days. And for those 30 days that you are abstaining from the food and drink, you're training yourself to become disciplined. And you're training yourself to do something consistently that you don't normally do outside of Ramadan. No one fasts like all 30 days in a row. Some people, they fast like Mondays and Thursdays. Some people, they sporadically fast. But no one fasts 30 days in a row. You see, being able to do that teaches you discipline, teaches you strength of character, teaches you that you can actually do what you don't believe you think you can. You see, like, for example, many people, unfortunately, they smoke, and throughout the day, throughout the year, they're smoking, and they need those breaks. And this is a terrible example, but it's actually a very it's a good example, meaning that so many people are doing it, but yet in Ramadan, they're able to give it up. They're able to give it up for the whole 30 days, like all day, like they abstain from it. How did you manage it in Ramadan when you couldn't do it outside of Ramadan? The honest truth is you can do it. And Allah is demonstrating to you that you have the ability to control your actions. And so when we fast throughout the day and we abstain from bad speech, we abstain from looking at things that we shouldn't be looking at, how did we do it? Like for the whole period of fasting, when we haven't been able to do that outside of Ramadan. Like, this is Allah demonstrating to you for your own actions that you can do it. You have the ability. If you do it to please Allah, then Allah will give you the strength and the might and the ability to do whatever you want. So let's get to the point. Allah says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may become of the best of humanity. Now, how do we become the best of humanity by fasting? We become the best of humanity by creating for ourselves like habits that will serve us throughout the year. Now, if you take, for example, Ramadan is like your garden. You have a huge garden, and in the spring, you go into that garden and you sow the seeds. You sow the seeds that you want to flourish throughout the year and to grow into vegetation and trees and plants, and those things that will give you benefit, where you can reap your fruits, your benefit in the summer. When the summer comes, before the winter, you've had all of the benefit that you could have. So you sow the seeds in Ramadan. Throughout the year, you're watering it. Throughout the months after Ramadan, you're watering it. And then by the time the summer comes, like, the plant is flourishing. Your deeds are flourishing. And then all of a sudden, you're benefiting from the fruits of that seed. That seed grew into something that you couldn't see. It didn't exist before then. And it was just an idea in your head. But planting that seed, sowing the seed in Ramadan, in the spring of your life, then by the time the winter comes, you would have really benefited so much from what you planted in the spring of your life. So Ramadan is like that spring. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us that annual Ramadan, Allah is giving us the opportunity to sow seeds that will serve us throughout the year. You see, imagine, for example, instead of doing, or in addition to doing, your 1 hour every day, that 1 hour or one juz that you do every day throughout Ramadan for 30 days to complete the Quran, that's amazing. But what if you could continue the Quran after Ramadan? What if you did just 15 minutes or half an hour in the morning after Fajr, when everyone's asleep, when there's no work, there's no other responsibilities? What if you did just 15 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour, whatever is manageable and easy, but you did it every day throughout Ramadan? Something that was so small that you felt as though it's not that much of a big deal. I can do this anytime. It doesn't have to be in Ramadan. But that's the key. If you start in Ramadan or start anytime, look, you may be watching this in Ramadan, you may be watching this outside of Ramadan. You can start this anytime. You just start by doing 30 days consistently, and you start your habit. So you do 15 minutes a day, every day after Fajr, for example, and you do that for 30 days. By the time that 30 days, like that first 10 days, you may struggle to do that. You have to force yourself to do it. In the next 10 days, it's become easier, but it's not a habit yet. In the last 10 days, it becomes much easier, and now you're consistent, but it's not enough. In order to make it permanent and to make it a habit in your life where it becomes a part of you and benefits you every day, you've got to continue it after that 30 days. So you go into the next 30 days and you continue doing it. That next 30 days is much easier than the first because you've already done it for 30 days. You've overcome that stumbling block. And in the next 30 days, you continue. In the next 30 days, you continue. That 15 minutes a day, every day, that reflecting throughout the day on those verses, that 15 minutes is just an insight into the Quran. But that insight into the Quran, for the next 24 hours, you're going to let those verses marinate in your mind, and it becomes a part of you. You reflect. This is what is tadabbur, the reflection that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended for us with the Quran. So you reflect upon it, and it becomes a part of your life, and it has the ability, as all of Allah's words do, to shape your mind and your thinking and your life. And ultimately, if you were to do this for 365 days of the year, all year, and it was just 10-15 minutes a day, every day, it will have the most profound impact on your life that you could never have imagined when you first started it. When you started it, you were thinking, okay, this is so small, it's insignificant, it's not that big, it's not, how is this going to help me? But after 365 days, the compound effect that it has is huge, and it really has a tremendous effect on the individual's life. So imagine this, that's just with the Quran. We're talking about creating a habit in Ramadan, right? Sowing the seed in Ramadan, or sowing the seed in any month that you decide to start this. You don't have to start this now, you could start this anytime, but Ramadan is the best time to start. If you are in that moment, or whatever time you are in, that is the best time. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you if you do what you do to please Him. So you start your deeds, sow your seeds for 30 days. In the next 30 days, like continue watering it. Continue watering it with the continuous actions. 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, half an hour a day, whatever is easy and really achievable. Like, because if you do something that's like not achievable, that you can only do in Ramadan, and outside of Ramadan, it's like, no way, this is too difficult. Like, I can't continue this for like 365 days. Then that's not going to create a habit for you. That's not going to help you to become of the muttaqun. Because look, let me tell you, the muttaqun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. This is the book wherein there is a guidance. There's no doubt in this. And there is guidance for whom? For the muttaqun. Allah says that this is for the best of the believers. So the guidance is for the best of the believers. So if you were to accompany the Quran for 365 days a year, can you really do a juz every single day? Because if you can, that's amazing. But can you do that? Because if that's achievable, then do that. But if you can't do that and it's not achievable, you can't keep it up for 365 days, then do what you can keep up for 365 days. But don't think about 365, just the first 30 days. When you get to the end of the 30 days, then do the next 30. When you get to the end of that, then the next 30. But do something small that you can do and continuously. Now, talking about becoming of the muttaqun, Allah says, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that you may become of the muttaqun, those who have love, hope and fear. They love Allah, they do that which pleases Him, they fear Allah, they stay away from that which Allah has prohibited, and they have hope in the reward of Allah. They have hope in that Allah will give them everything they need in the dunya as well as the akhirah. And so those are the muttaqun. But to become of those people, we have to train ourselves. And that's what Allah teaches us through Ramadan, through the siyam. The scholars, they say that this is imsak. Imsak is like to hold on to yourself. Like to abstain from something is you having to really hold back and like take control. And taking control gives you the power. It gives you the power and it makes you the person in control of your life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that is guiding you to this power. So yes, it is the qadr of Allah. Everything is the qadr of Allah. But Allah is guiding you to take control of yourself and to create a life that will raise your rank and make you from the muttaqun, to actualize your potential. So look, we talked about doing 15 minutes of Quran every day. That's an example. Now, that's the best example I can think of, because that will change your life, no doubt. But apart from that, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you a whole 30 days. Now, pick 3 things that you could do in Ramadan that will change your life. 3 things, 3 habits that you can begin right now and you can continue. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter if you're not in Ramadan or out of Ramadan or any time of the year. Just pick 3 things that you can do right now. And those 3 things are simple, easy things. Make them small, make them achievable, make them clear. You have to be clear about what you want to achieve. And then begin right away. Begin today. And when you do that, and you do this day after day after day, 30 days, then inshallah, after the 30 days, you've achieved something great. The next 30 days, continue it. Keep watering it. Keep watering it. Keep doing those deeds. Keep doing those actions. Something small, something consistent. If you do that for the next 30 days, then continue for the next 30 days. And keep doing it. You may fall short, you may miss a day. But when that happens, what do? Do you sit there like agonizing over your mistake? Do you sit there agonizing over the fact that you missed a day after 45 days? No, you just get up and keep going. Start again. Every day is a new opportunity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the opportunities every single day. All you have to do is take action, because action is your best friend. Action will help you to achieve the great results taking small actions. Great results, huge results taking small actions. If it were the Quran for 15 minutes a day, imagine how you will feel knowing and understanding your life, being guided through your life every day of the year by Allah. Because that's what it is. Allah is guiding you through your daily life. If it is the habits that you set yourself to serve your purpose, to do the things that you want to do, whatever good habits they are, like sow the seeds and just start taking the steps. Because when that happens, inshallah, you're going to see after 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, you're going to see some amazing results. The fruits of your work will come out, and you can take this habit making skill and apply it to any habit you want. Imagine every year, year after year, you just get better and better. Like you spent this whole year mastering 3 habits. They were small, simple habits. You mastered them, you got to the next Ramadan or the next year, and you find that they are now a part of you. There's no more effort, no more agonizing, no more pushing yourself to do something. It's just like brushing your teeth. It's a normal habit that you have in your life. So then what do? Next Ramadan, you pick another 3 habits. Now, if 3 habits are too much, pick 2 habits. If 2 habits are too much, pick 1 habit. But you have to increase, improve in yourself on a yearly basis, because that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said when He says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you may become of the muttaqun. Every year is an incremental improvement on who we were in the previous year. And every year you have to water those seeds throughout the year. It's not just for Ramadan. Ramadan is just the beginning. So think about what you can do. Like, you know, it could be something huge in your life. Break it down into small pieces and start with the smallest seed and get started now. Don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow it's all in the mind. It's never coming, because that is a trick that shaitan plays in you. And the shaitan will come to you and he will try to make you stop or divert you or distract you or get you doing something else, show you something better, you know, the newer, shinier thing. No, like focus on what you've started and just keep it going. That's the number one skill, because the desire to have results too quick is a killer of motivation. It absolutely wipes out the motivation of people. And when you find that you're not getting results quick enough or how you expected, then all of a sudden you start to lose motivation, lose energy, and you stop doing the thing that will really bring about the results. It's small incremental things. It's as the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those things, adwamuhu wa in qalla, that which is consistent, regular, even if it was small. So keep it going. Jazakumullah khair. If you are ready for your own Quran journey, to understand the Quran in small incremental steps, to study it, like if you are ready for that journey, I'm starting a Quranic journey. Like join me, go check out QuranicConnection.tv. Inshallah, I will see you on the other side. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.